So I haven't uploaded for the past couple days, so again, I want to do what I usually do and just lump all the news that's happened in the past couple days into one video. However, instead of covering 4 things, I'm covering a bit more than 4 things, so don't be surprised if a lot of the stuff I cover I literally only talk about for a couple seconds, like a minute. I'm just gonna try and get through everything here so that we can appreciate all the achievements that have happened recently, because just in the past year in general with Geometry Dash, we've been seeing so many more achievements happen recently. And of course the first one we're gonna cover, or the first couple, is gonna be all the Heliopolis stuff that's been going on. That's why we have Zoink pulled up here, because as you know, he's been playing Heliopolis for a while now. He said that he would never do Heliopolis. He said that 10k was not enough for him to play it, and then he said he was playing it for fun. But now he seems to unironically been going for it. I know he still says that he's just kind of playing it for fun, but he's been going for pretty much a week now. And in just a week of playing, by the way, just a week, he already has the level in 3 runs. That should show how crazy this guy is. Now, the fact that he has played for a week and has 32% only makes me think that Heliopolis might actually be near his peak in skill. We've always kind of theorized how hard of a level the top players of the current day could beat if they push themselves to absolute limits, and it seems like that's what Heliopolis is to Zoink, so we can say it probably is around Heliopolis level. Obviously, Zoink can probably do harder, but he does seem to actually be struggling with this level, unlike every other thing he's actually played. Now I've got Jomshidash Brainrot pulled up here because his post shows the 4 people, but basically Nepesta's been hosting a thing where he got 250 pro players. I was actually one of them, and we all competed to see how far we can get in Heliopolis. With each day you had to improve by 1%. So day 1 you had to get 1, day 2 you had to get 2, and you had to do this in order until we got to 25, where we saw these 4 players remain. We have H-Storm, KJ, the OPEX, and Comet, and the people can debate on who's the best person here, but I feel like most of you guys know H-Storm the most. He's probably the most popular one here. He's probably the most likely to win if I click this. Yeah, I would say Comet's the best player, however, H-Storm is the person that people think are going to win. He's probably just the most popular, because he's been making a bunch of shorts on him doing it. And currently, they are on day 26, I believe. So wish them all luck on getting to 26%. A couple of them were struggling to get 25% yesterday. So we'll see if they can actually pull through. We might even see our winner now. And if not, I think we're at least going to get down to the top 3. Next up is all the stuff that's going on with the Purgatory, and the first thing is Silent Acropolis. This is a level that the Purgatory team has worked on for a while and has been out for a while, and it was supposed to be top 1, but now it is probably around the top 5-ish spot, around Tidal Wave difficulty, and this is Hover playing it, and Hover has gotten the level in 2 runs, hence this progress video. He's been playing it for a couple months now, and yeah, he's got some great progress. I believe this is a 44% run. And genuinely, this level looks crazy. Okay, it was a 42% run, or 43% run, but genuinely, this level is absolutely bonkers in how precise you need to be, and it looks really cool. Now, the reason we haven't seen much progress on this level is because, well, the level is so highly decorated that it made the original Silent Acropolis, which was pretty much just 1.9 Acropolis decoration, a lot harder, and so a lot of people just didn't want to progress on it. But thankfully now, we might have found our final actual verifier of this. Go wish him some support. He's absolutely crazy. And then we have this level, which you might think just looks like Jumper, but no, it is Silent Jumper. This is another The Purgatory project. Now, no one has actually beaten this one or gotten major progress. However, it was just showcased recently. The full project is finished, and it's estimated to be top 3 in difficulty. Now, I'm not going to say the level looks bad or plays bad. Well, I haven't played it, so obviously I can't speak about gameplay, and the decoration looks decent. But I am worried that top 3 is a bit weird of a difficulty to have it at. I really like with the top 10 for there to be an actual reason for a level to be top 10 in difficulty, and I just really don't see why this level should be that hard. Never mind top 10, it's top 3. So this is in contention with levels like Amethyst and Flame Wall and Figuring Space 2. Like, I genuinely think it should be a lot easier. However, again, this is a pretty neat project. It's being verified by Green, who is a quite good player. He's got major progress on Tidal Wave. He's been Acheron, he's been Subsoaring Vortex, so I do believe that he can probably pull through with this. But yeah, just moving on, we're on to ChopBlox here, who you might seen in my other videos. I've covered him a decent bit with his Africa Circles progress. This is a Tidal Wave estimated difficulty level that he's been going at for quite a while now, and recently he got 14 to 100% on it. He states that currently he sees that this run would be his hardest thing ever done, and it beats stuff like 2.1 Acheron and Andromeda and Unnerved Slaughterhouse by a long shot, so this is honestly probably quite similar to Tidal Wave in difficulty. Probably not there yet, but it's getting there. Obviously, he won't have the nerves from playing from zero, however, that is still an absolutely bonkers run considering his best before that was 14 to 84. Next up is Doob's progress on Silent Secupid Circles Infinity. What is this? This is Secupid Circles Infinity. What kind of name is that? But anyways, this is a very hard level. It is just a way harder version of Secupid Circles. And yeah, he's gotten some major progress on it. Now, well, yes, there is a decorated version of this level. I believe he's currently playing on the layout version, which I assume is probably like Secupin Circles, where you have the level and then you've got the layout version as the LDM. If it isn't, he's just playing on a layout copy of it. But anyways, yeah, this guy, absolutely crazy. These are some weird timings. As you can see, he got 37 to 83. He says that this is a side project from Silent Circles, so don't expect him to probably be playing this too much. However, that is still a crazy run. Now let's briefly talk about Sonix. Sonix is obviously one of the old top players at GD, so before the likes of Zoink that we have now, before the likes of Enswish, before the likes of Tactical, we had Sonix. And he was probably one of the GOATs. I mean, look at this. He has achievement after achievement. Like, he verified Sonic Wave, that's the main one that people know him for. But he also beat multiple levels that would have been considered top 1 at the time if they were actually rated. Like Death Corridor Z, for example. And he also beat Bloodlust when it was top 1. And he was just an absolute GOAT of the game. He also was the original verifier of Sonic Wave Infinity. Maybe someone played before him, but I know... Actually, maybe Riot was... I think Riot was going for it before Sonix, but he was one of the original players to actually play this level, and he actually got 68% on it. And yeah, he's been making a comeback recently. He beat Zodiac, and then a couple days later, he beat Crimson Planet in 3 streams, and then after a week, he beat the Golden. He's been popping off. He's like gotten some skill boost out of nowhere. I bet you he's probably gonna go for something like Tartarus next. But yeah, huge congrats to Sonix here. We also have Cold PS, who was able to beat Solar Flare on mobile. That is an actual crazy achievement. That's not even talking about his 49 to 100 on Slaughterhouse on mobile. Who is this guy? This guy is absolutely crazy. He's good at the game. He says that this is probably it with his mobile achievements. This is his peak. He's not going to do anything after this, at least not for a while. But that's still really impressive, and he's a great player, not on mobile as well. We also had Tower 22 get demoted to Insane Demon for a bit, so that kind of shows that, again, the platformer bar for Extreme Demons is still rising. This was the original, like, hardest Extreme Demon. Obviously, I Wanna Be the Guy was the first Extreme Demon, and obviously the hardest level in platformer mode, but then it got demoted to Insane Demon, and this level shortly released after I Wanna Be the Guy, and it was unanimously agreed upon to be harder, and this was like the peak of difficulty that all the content creators played. This is a benchmark in GD platforming, and yeah, it got demoted to Insane Demon for a bit. It's back at Extreme Demon now, but again, it shows the opinions are changing still in the platformer community. How could I forget the Thinking Space Sandwich? So obviously, we have had a lot of levels get placed recently on the Demon list. The main ones you probably know of are Calibrate and Being Home, which are both main lists, and we've had a couple other like 9th Circle kind of levels, like Fracture here. And yeah, they've been placing, and so it means that we had a lot of levels get lost. We lost stuff like Promethean, Ascent, Calculator Core, Renovin, Tryout Copy Bolt 2, and the main thing I want to talk about, Thinking Space. So yeah, it was kind of funny because we had Thinking Space at 150 and then Thinking Space 2 at 1, so the quote-unquote Thinking Space sandwich was a thing. But yeah, this is more me talking about how we lost some really important levels and they're going to Legacy, and we might be losing some more soon. If we look at the top 40 here, like, I mean, not top 40, but top like 140 to 150, we still have stuff like Cold Sweat, Frost Spirit, Iris, Kiri's, and Zodiac at 1.9, Lotus Flower. These are a bunch of either very known levels for being accessible or just very popular levels in the community that are all going to be falling into Legacy soon. Okay, really quick, I was about to talk about how we saw Split 72 reach 500 creator points. They recently released an epic rated level, as we can see, called Dynamo, and this put Split 72 into 500 credit points. However, something even crazier just happened that I need to talk about. As you can see, Silent Clubstep is no longer 13. Silent Clubstep has been moved from 13 to 11 on the demon list. This just happened as I was about to finish up editing this video. So yeah, Andromeda has been lowered all the way down to 12 now. I'm not going to comment on this because I haven't exactly played much of any of these levels. I mean, I play a bit of every end, but that's not what's being changed right now. So yeah, that's just an interesting change. Silent Clubstep has been underplayed so much in the past like couple of years since its verification. So it's cool to see it go up even further now. But yeah, that is just a pretty interesting change. And that is pretty much all I have to say now. There was other stuff that happened, like there's a new kind of spin-off to Angelicide called Devilside or whatever that looked pretty unique, and there's a bunch of other mobile progress, like I believe someone beat Atomic Cannon Mark III on mobile, which is crazy. But yeah, a lot of other stuff happened, but I can't fit everything in one video. It would be way too long for the time I have right now. But yeah, I hope you guys can all check out these achievements or just these events in the community. I think that a lot of stuff has been happening recently, and the game has just been a lot more interesting in the past year than it has been throughout its history. So yeah, that's all I really have to say. Thanks for watching, and peace.